Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I wanna bring you first video in a new series that I'm gonna make when I'm gonna teach some of the newer players how to make currency in early stages of mapping. So one of the most common questions that I'm being asked is this: I just reached yellow maps and I'm struggling to buy some more of the maps, and my build is kinda bad, so I want to make some currency to make it better. Is there any good currency strategy at that point? So my answer usually was I just don't know, because I haven't really been farming currency at that point of the game. I just was progressing my atlas. So to answer this question, I made this character. So this is level 75 Cyclone. This is the most generic character that I could think of, and the budget for this build was 1 exalt, and I actually bought everything that you can see here for 90 chaos. So I have some level 20 gems, most of them were like 5C. I have 1 ring with vulnerability. This was probably the most expensive part of the build, like 10C, and everything else is just generic life and res, and 2 unique weapons, 1 unique flask, and there isn't really anything that expensive in the passive tree. So I have 1 jewel for mana leech and 1 jewel for onslaught, and I also didn't even complete my Uber lab. This is only on merciless lab, and no cluster jewels. So I think this is the proper representation of the character that is around white or yellow maps. So the first strategy that I want to test with this character is farming essences. So to do this strategy, I did remove all of my watchstones. Also, I did remove this passive. Everything else doesn't matter for this strategy. One thing that I couldn't remove is my bonus objectives, but it's not that big of a deal. You can pretty much make the same amount of money. You will probably have a little bit less of the map sustain. So the cap for the strategies that I'm gonna do for this series is 2 passive points on your tree, because I think when you are around yellow maps and you want to reach red, you should be able to have 2 of them. So to get Atlas passives, you need to complete Maven invitations. So around yellow maps, your map will be starting to get witnessed by Maven, so you have to tick this thing in your map device, and you will have to kill 3 bosses. And after you kill 3 bosses, you will get Maven invitation. You will kill them in the arena, and you will get your first passive point, your 2 passive points, and then you will have to kill 5 bosses, and you will get your second one. So that should be around yellow maps, maybe early red maps. So the strategy is to get maps in Haywork Hamlet and go for the essences. So first passive gives you additional essence, and second one, all of the essence will be 1 tier higher, and you have 40% in total to get chance to get additional essence. Also, I will be using essence mod on map device on every map, which costs 2 chaos, and it will add to the map additional 2 essences. So the maps that I am running is Waterways, which is tier 7, and it is in Haywork. The reason why I did choose this map is because it is the base tier 7 map. So if I remove this watchstone, I type Waterways, it's not on your atlas. If I put watchstone, it is. Because of that, more people will have this map, so it will be easier to buy it. And to show you how to buy them, you can go to POV trade, go to bulk item exchange, type chaos, maps, and Waterways, go to tier 7, tick Waterways, go all the way down, search, and there will be multiple people selling 10s of them. So you can buy from this guy 70 maps for 2 chaos per map. Also, I am trying to make these strategies on budget. Around 200 chaos would be budget for these strategies, and if you can't make this amount of currency, I already made a video about Quarry farm, which would be the easiest, the most entry-level farming strategy. Just to talk about it quickly, you just go to Quarry and reset the zone constantly and just do ultimatum over there. I will link video about this strategy in the description. So right now let me show you the example, just so you can see how this build does in the map. So you can see that with better build you can do the strategy much better, because I was actually quite struggling in the maps. I was dying sometimes in the ultimatums. I did fail some of them. I actually forgot to use essence mode, so I'm gonna open a new one. So waterways, alchemy, this is fine, essence, and come in. Also, I did buy around 25 remnants of corruptions, and I'm gonna show you how you can use them. So I was mostly clearing my maps. I was picking up almost everything on my way. I didn't really focus on 100% clearing. I would say I did clear around 80% of the map. So you just find essences, kill them. So as you can see, my DPS is not that high. Just mostly clear of the map, clear them up. Another one. So you will always find 3 essences, 2 from the map device and 1 from the Atlas passive. And also this map is pretty good because it drops 2 of the decently expensive cards, one of them being Primordial, which is card for the jewels, and second one being Humility, which is card for the Tabula Rasa. And I got actually a bunch of them. So I am not gonna do ultimatum right now because it's gonna take too much time, but I just want to mention that I did fail multiple of them. So, and I actually had one ultimatum with 16th belly of the beast and I did fail it. So if you have better build than mine, you can definitely make more doing this strategy. So here is last essence. So if you find an essence which is purple, so it's misery, scorn, doubt, and envy. I'm gonna show you a little bit later them. You should use Remnant of Corrupt on them. They cost 5 chaos on average, and if you use a Remnant on one of the purple essences, one of the possible outcome is to get the corrupted essences that you can only get by using Remnant. So let me use it, and it did succeed. So I got Essence of Hysteria, and this essence is around 30-40 chaos, so it's definitely worth using the remnants. So let me quickly check. Yes, this is 40 chaos. Let me just finish the map really quick, just so you can see my single target. And it is not exactly the best, but it gets the job done. Okay. So let's look at the results. I did farm this strategy for around 4 hours, and this is the loot that I got. So all of these essences, I did upgrade them to the deafening stage, and to upgrade the essence, you can either go to your essence tab if you have one and click upgrade, and this will turn 3 essences to upgrade them to the higher tier. And most of the people will only buy the highest tier, so if you want to sell your essences faster, you should be upgrading them to the highest tier. And if you don't have the essence tab, you can take 3 essences and go to the vendor and sell them, and you will get 1 tier higher essence. Also, the essences that you should be corrupting are these essences. So any purple, that's all you have to remember. It doesn't matter which tier. is it deafening, shrieking or screaming, doesn't matter. Anytime you find purple essence, one of the possible outcomes of remnants is to get one of these 4 essences, which are much more expensive. So go back to the test. I got 2 Essence of Insanity, 4 Delirium, 1 Horror and 1 Hysteria out of 25 remnants. I got a bunch of currency just from mapping and from Ultimatum. Ultimatum is actually a pretty big part of the strategy, and a lot of essences. In terms of map sustain, I got a bunch of map bugs. So in terms of yellow maps, I did get I think 55 yellow maps, so I over sustained by a bit because I did 50 of the maps, and I got 3 Delirious maps, which are a bit more expensive for some people. I got them from Ultimatums. Also I did get 1 Exalt, 2 Blighted maps, 2 full sets of Humility, and almost 1 full set of Primordial. And Primordial is around 5 chaos, it looks like it, and some contracts. So to look at the results, here's my Exilence. And in these 2 tabs I got around 1300 chaos, and just in essences I got 700 chaos. So definitely paid for the map mod. Now let's look at the spreadsheet. So just so you can be sure that using remnants is profitable, I did buy 25 of them, so that's 125C, and I did get 290 chaos in corrupted essences. Cost of the test was 100 chaos on map device essence mod, 100 chaos on 50 maps, and 10 chaos to roll maps yellow. So I think I forgot to mention, I was just rolling map with alchemy and re-rolling them if I had some bad mods, and that's it. No chisels, no sextant, nothing like that. So profit was 1300 chaos minus cost, so 210, so 1.1k, and it's in exalts, that's 7.5 exalt. So I did make a little bit less than 2 exalts per hour, which in my opinion is pretty good. It should be on average a little bit better than farming Quarry. And also you need to remember that you're doing mapping, so you will be getting more higher tier maps. So I was doing waterways, so tier 7, I got a bunch of palace which are tier 8. Also you have high chance to get some good uniques from Ultimatum, and in Quarry you actually can't get certain uniques because you are not in maps yet. So this is, in my opinion, if you are around yellow maps and you are struggling with currency, this is definitely one of the ways you can get some of it. So I'm gonna use this character and some other characters to do more tests like this, just so I can recommend some other strategies for newer players. And that's gonna be it for today. You can also check me out on my Twitch channel, ZenM. I'm gonna do a little bit more of this test over there, but mostly I'm focusing on farming high endgame maps and some other high tier currency making strategies over there. So that's gonna be it for today. See you.